What's up guys and welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you how to add a drainage hole to any ceramic pot that you own without using an expensive hand drill and an expensive drill bit. So let's get started. Alright guys, so what you're going to need obviously is your pot that is lacking a drainage hole. I got mine from IKEA for pretty cheap, but the problem is they're mostly designed for fake plants, but obviously we want to use these for real plants, so a drainage hole would be very helpful. The method I'm going to teach you is one that does not require a drill, because most people either don't have a drill or it's kind of an expensive investment. So I wanted to show you guys a way that anybody can do safely and very cost effectively. So the other thing you're going to need then is just going to be anything that's sharp and made of metal. If it would work good in prison as a prison shank, it'll work pretty well for this. Next, you're going to need just a blunt object. I'm just going to use a screwdriver. This is what you're just going to be whacking the sharp metal object with. It would also be really good to have something soft like a towel, and I'll show you why we need that next. So in order to set up this operation, you're going to put your towel down, try and fold it up so you have 2 or 3 layers, because this is going to be kind of a cushion. Then you're going to set your pot upside down on top of this towel. This is so when you're smacking it with our next method, you don't cause any damage to the surface, and you don't allow any hits to be so strong that it cracks your entire pot. So all you're going to do for this simple method is take your sharp object, point it at a spot in the pot in which you want to make a drainage hole, and then start tapping the back of that pointy object with your blunt object. So here you can see I'm just going to start chipping away at the middle by just hitting the back of my steak knife lightly with my blunt object. Right away you'll notice that it's actually doing a pretty good job and it's chipping off nice sized chunks. When doing this, it's best to do it at an angle, because if you come straight down, you have a higher chance of putting too much force onto your pot, which could cause it to break. It's very important to know that this could end up breaking the entire mug or entire pot if you hit it way too hard. But then again, when using a drill and a bit, you can also crack your pot if you're not careful. So in order to do this successfully, you want to keep just chipping around the circle, keep widening the circle, and then chipping off what you can to keep making the circle deeper and wider. Because it's kind of hard to see the hole compared to the actual material just because they kind of blend in, I took some Sharpie and kind of marked the hole. Through this you should be able to see the pieces that I'm chipping off, and you can kind of watch how I move around the circle and keep taking material away. Now I found that this method's length of time is pretty comparable with using a drill and a drill bit, which I will show you later in the video. But this method is for those who don't have a drill or are uncomfortable using a drill. Remember, just keep slowly chipping away, spinning the pot, and taking away the edges evenly, and sooner or later you'll break through. If you've done everything correctly up until now, your pot should look just like this. A perfectly carved marble elephant. Just kidding guys. You should start to see it break through as you get closer. So right here towards the end I can tell I'm getting pretty deep, and I've popped right through. So from there you can start chipping away at the very edges of the hole and just slowly making the hole wider. Remember not to rush it too much, because you've already gotten this far, so you don't want to start smashing away at that hole or forcing things through the hole, because at this point you could crack the whole pot. So just take it nice and slow and just slowly break and chip away small pieces until the hole is the size that you would like it to be. So that pretty much covers it for the method without the drill. Now here's how you would do it with a drill. So what you're going to need to do it with a drill is obviously a drill, and then most importantly you're going to need a special type of drill bit. Now there's many options out there, but I'm just going to use a standard like tile or masonry bit, which just has a different kind of tip that allows it to kind of punch through or cut through this type of material. If you have a masonry drill, that would probably work a lot better, but I think that's quite a specialty item, and most people just have a standard drill. One of the important parts of doing this is the prep. When you start to drill, you're going to want to place some water on the surface that you're going to drill through to try and avoid lots of heat. Because this is such a long time drilling, it really puts a lot of friction on the bit and causes it to heat up. And heat is almost always the enemy in any sort of activity. So by keeping a nice puddle of water where you're drilling, it will allow you to keep the bit much cooler. For me, drilling through these thick IKEA pots took me forever. And like I said, I don't think it took any shorter of a time than the previous method I've shown you. From now on, I think I will do it by hand, just because these bits wear out quite quickly and they're very expensive in my opinion. They're anywhere from like $7 to $15. And because you're putting constant pressure down, like when you're pushing against the material with the drill, I'm always fearful that it's going to break through and cause me to slam the drill down into the actual pot, cracking it or destroying it. The key to both of these operations, both with the drill and without the drill, is patience. It should take you anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to get through one of these things, and as long as you're patient, you shouldn't destroy the pot. Well, there you go, guys. Now you know exactly what to do and how to add drainage holes to all your favorite ceramic pots. These methods would probably work with a concrete style pot or even some coffee mugs. If you have a coffee mug you like, you could do the same thing. Just be a little more gentle because it's a much smaller thing. Alright guys, that pretty much does it for this video. I hope you guys can use this method to make your mugs or pots more adequate for your plants. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. That would really help me out. Again, may your plants grow strong and healthy. See you next time.